Hi and welcome once again to Making It with Ruth. I hope you're all doing okay. Over here we're kind of busy as usual, especially with our opening in January with our candle Triple Crown. I hope you can go and check us out. Go to Impurely. So go to impurelyenchantment.com. Ese nombre yo no sé por qué. Impurely Enchanting. Okay. Go to impurelyenchanting.com and check out our candle. And now coming February, we have the new one coming out, which will be Cupid's Kiss, and we have another little surprise. So please check us out. So also because we're going into February, and February, of course, we know we celebrate Valentine's, and I think about chocolate and I think about strawberries, but I don't have strawberries, so we're gonna throw in some cherries. So we're gonna make it easy. This is really easy. Chocolate cake with cherry filling and whipped cream. So we're gonna start, of course, with our handy dandy KitchenAid mixer. And this is what I have here is the Duncan Hines Perfectly Moist Devil's Food Cake. So, and with that we'll need 1 cup of water, but I'm gonna substitute milk because I want it to be richer. We're gonna add half a cup of the vegetable oil and 3 eggs, okay? So let's start on making the mix. I'm also gonna look for my pans. Watch this, sweetheart. Should have had them out as I was prepping everything else, and I forgot the pans, which is one of the most important things in order to make this cake. So let's get the pans, let's prep them with my baking spray. So I'm gonna do it in the sink. I'm gonna coat them really good. Here goes one pan, and here goes my other pan. So let's get that one also ready. This is quick and easy, so for you young mothers or anyone out there that doesn't have time to be too many hours in the kitchen, or just the kitchen intimidates you and you're not sure of what to make, or if you can make it, trust me, this is really easy. If we can make this, we can do it. So let me get my scissors to open up the pack. Move this out of the way. Let me remove this. It'll be easier for me to pour it in, and then I'll just put it in. And it helps if I connect it too. If I plug it in, it's gonna be really helpful. So let's see. Here we go. Oh, there we go. All right. So we've got our mixture in there. We're going to throw our milk in, 1 cup. We are going to do the oil, and then we're going to do the eggs. Now the eggs I'm going to break one at a time so that no shells go into them. I want to make sure that we have shells. I laugh because my son always makes fun of some things that happened in my kitchen years ago. He's always making fun of me with that, so I try to be more careful. I try to be more careful. Here we go. And I'm not going to tell the story. He says, tell the story. No, I'm not going to tell the story. No, I'm not going to tell the story. Okay, 3 eggs. And we're going to put this part in that. It's gonna make sure it blends around really good. 2 minutes. We're gonna beat it for 2 minutes. So let's lock it for 2 minutes. That's gonna be going. I have my spatula here so that every now and then I'll stop and scrape around and make sure everything gets Make sure everything gets blended in really good. Because the last time there was a little oops. But don't let these things intimidate you and keep you away from the kitchen. Because when I was younger, I honestly felt like, I don't want to do that because it's too much trouble and it's this, that, and the other. And I was always making excuses as to, nah, I'm not going to do that. But really, I think it was mostly I was just scared of making mistakes. And we learn by our mistakes, you know. And it's never too late to learn because look at me. I'm learning now slowly, but, you know. But for you young mothers out there, or just anyone out there that would like to get into the kitchen and try different stuff and, you know, give it a go. Okay, we're gonna scrape the sides. Oops, got chocolate on my hand. Scrape the sides really good. Scrape the bottom. Want to make sure that we get that bottom really good. There we go. And let's give it another whirl for about another minute. Let's put this here. And here we go. So, let me wash my hands, get the chocolate off. So, I don't know, there's a lot of recipes out there now for Valentine's and a lot of them are really, really good and I like to try different stuff, but the problem is that who's gonna eat all that? You know, it's not too many of us over here and I can't afford to really be eating as much as I would like to. You know, you have to think about diabetes or weight gain. But if you want to, you know, there's so many things you can try out there. Just give it a whirl, give it a twirl, try it. All right, so our batter's mixing really good. Let me get rid of this. And get rid of this. And where's my supervisor? She should be around. She's usually in here watching everything I'm doing, hoping I drop something so she can get to it. All right, so we're gonna stop here and unlock, bring it up. Let's remove the beater and just pass the spatula to clean out any batter that's there. Clean it up. You can already smell the chocolate and the batter, but you know, I really do prefer homemade. And like I said before, I have already made 2 chocolate cakes, and you know, my granddaughter, she loved it, and my sisters were like, oh, this is really good, you know. So I kind of got that packed down. One day I'm gonna from scratch, chocolate cake from scratch with the chocolate frosting. It is amazing. One day soon I'm gonna go ahead and bake it so you can see how easy it is. It may look intimidating, but it really isn't. I mean, it's something that's doable. And I always look for stuff that's doable, because I didn't go to school for culinary, bakery, or nothing like that, you know. But I do have a sweet tooth now and then. So we're gonna take our batter and we're gonna divide it between both pans. We're gonna put half in one. Let's make sure everything is beat well. Yes, everything is well. So let's put half in one. And let's put half in the other half. Just kind of make sure, try to even it out as best as possible. I mean, unless you're measuring it out, you're not gonna have exact. So I kind of always eyeball. And like I always say, one cake might just be just a little, it might have a little bit more than the other, it might rise just a little bit more than the other, but that's okay, because when it comes to frosting or doing the decorating or whatever you're gonna do, people are not even gonna notice that. Only you're gonna know, which is fine. Here we go, all of the batter, get it in there. I try not to let nothing go to waste. There we go. So now what I'm gonna do is just try to even out the batter inside the pan so that they'll be evenly distributed evenly. And I like to clean as I go. This way there's not a lot of mess when you're done. So I like to kind of clean as I go along. So we got the batter in our pan. This one looks like it's settled pretty good. Just got some air bubbles, but I learned a trick for that. So I'm gonna I keep these handy, these skewers. They're for shish kebabs or what we would call pinchos. I keep them handy because they're good for breaking up the bubbles in the batter. And also when I go to check the cake to see if they're done, I stick a skew in it. And if it comes out clean, it's done. If it comes out dirty, then I have to keep the cake in a little bit longer. So with the skewer, I just pass it around wherever I see that there might be a bubble. Just kind of break it up, mix it up like that. See, like that. I don't know if you can get a good view. Eventually, we'll get better cameras so that you can really see and get an idea of what's going on. Bear with us in the meantime. So, having that done, I'm gonna pop them in the oven. And I believe that at 350, it was already preheated. It's at 350, and how long is it gonna take? I think it's about like 28 minutes. Yep, between 24 to 28 minutes. So I'm gonna put them in the oven now. And while they're baking, we're gonna make the whipped cream. So stay with me, okay? The whipped cream is gonna be fresh. Now you can buy Cool Whip if you want to. You can do the Cool Whip. I personally prefer the fresh cream. I prefer to do it myself. I think it just tastes better. It doesn't taste to me it doesn't have like an oily taste. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach for my creamer. I've got my creamer here. Oops, dropped my towel. So I have my creamer, and where's my confessional? I have my powdered sugar here, and let me get my vanilla. Now you can, for the whipped cream, you could do almond flavored also if you wish, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do my usual vanilla. So I'm gonna do my vanilla. And let me get my bowl. This way, while the cakes are baking, I will make the whipped cream, and then I'll put it in the fridge, and it'll be nice and chilled when it's ready to when I'm ready to top the cake. It's gonna be nice and chilled. So, oh God, I can't use this one. Give me a minute, folks, while I rinse out this bowl so we can use this one. Maybe I'm gonna need another bowl, who knows. But for now, let me just rinse this one out really quick. It already has soap in it, so I'm just gonna pass the sponge around, get the chocolate off, get it nice and clean for the whipped cream. So yeah, we have now in February, like I said before, we have our new candle coming out, Cupid's Kiss. Cupid's Kiss. It smells so good. I don't know, it's just the smell is just so good. It's really hard. You really have to smell it to kind of put it in your own words. But the smell is amazing. So I hope that, you check it out. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so now we got a clean bowl. And we're going to whisk it. So Now, how much milk do we have? I am going to use 2 cups of the, no, you know what? I think I'm going to use 3 because I'm going to, this cake, it's going to call for quite a bit of whipped topping. So I'm going to make 3 cups of the, 3 cups of the heavy whipping cream. What brand you get doesn't matter. I got Wise. As long as it's heavy whipping cream, then you're good. So here we have 1 cup, and I'm gonna open up this one. Oh, great, it broke the wrong way. Now it's gonna make me fight with it. Oh, don't you just hate that? Sometimes I tell my son they make things so that young kids, so that kids and old people can't get to it because my God, I mean, this seal is like, and then it breaks. So what do? Okay, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open it from the side because I can't open it from there. So we're just gonna have to do the old-fashioned way, open it up from the side and get this pouring. Come on. I'm telling you, these containers. Maybe this was where I should have opened it. These are the bloopers that, you know, they won't open. I'm gonna have to use my scissors. I opened the other one without a problem. This one is like, it refuses to open up, so I'm gonna use my scissors to open up this corner here. Hopefully I can not pour anything out. Unbelievable. Come on. Let's snip over here like this. If I can at least get it to pour out, then I'll be okay. There we go, there we go. I made a mess out of the container, but hey, it wasn't working with me. All right, here we go. Here goes another cup of the whipping cream. And the 3rd cup. My dogs are behaving so good today. They're like behaving so good. They'll get a treat after this. Then we're gonna do 1 cup of the sugar. And once it's done, if it needs more sugar, I'll pour more sugar into it, but we'll see. I don't like my whipped cream too. I don't like my whipped cream too sweet. No, sorry, nothing fell. I'm sorry. Oh, something did fall, but it was in the package. Sorry about that, kiddo. And I'm making a mess over here. Just a little bit more. That's about a cup, so let's pour the cup in. And now we're gonna use the whisk, and we're gonna whisk this really good. So here we go. And while it's whisking away, I'm gonna clean up over here. So I like to watch when it's whisking the milk and it makes it into whipped cream, because it's just amazing how when you whip it, how it just becomes from a thick milk, it becomes such a fluffy, it becomes fluffy and light, and that's like, wow. But remember, don't overdo it unless you want the butter. Always remember that. I myself have to remind myself, because if I don't remind myself, I will let that keep going, and then next thing you know, whoops, bring out the bagels. All right. Now We are going to be using this to put the whipped cream once it's done. This goes in the recycling along with this. I just put it to the side. When I get a chance, I'll just put it in the recycling bin. I'll put this in the fridge. What's the matter, Link? No, there you go. Where were you? I'm busy now. I can't get to that. Give me a little bit though. All right, I'm gonna leave this sugar out because in case we need it. I'm gonna put this one away though. Like I said, I like to keep it clean so that there's not too much mess going on. And today's a perfect day to be baking because it's raining. It's raining. It's not too cold outside, but it's raining and wet. So at least we're not having those torrential, those heavy rains that is falling out there in the West Coast. They're having heavy rain. At least we don't have that. So thank God for that. But it's always good on a day like this to just, on a Sunday, stay home, bake, try something new. See how pretty it's, well, I wish you could see how pretty it starts to just get thicker, and the air, as it beats the air into the creamer, how it just continues to just expand also. It's awesome. I love making whipped cream. All right. I'm gonna stop it here because I want to, first of all, I want to taste the sugar's fine. So I'm gonna put 1 teaspoon, where's my spoons at? 1 teaspoon of the vanilla into the whipped cream. It's 3 cups. I'm gonna use, yeah, about, no, you know what, I think 1 teaspoon would be good. 1 tablespoon, only because it's 3 cups of cream. So because it's 3 cups of cream and 1 cup of sugar, I'm just gonna put 1 tablespoon of the vanilla extract, and I'm gonna let that beat a little bit longer. Not much, just a little bit longer, just to incorporate the vanilla into the whipped cream. So let's do that now. Because it's almost, the whipped cream is almost ready. So we're just gonna do that real quick. Let me put this sugar away. All right, the whipped cream looks like it's ready. So I'm just going to get my plastic wrap, and I'm going to stop it now. Oh, there's some luck. See, that's the texture that we're looking for. So let me get my spatula. This is the texture that we want. See that? That's perfect. So let's clean out the whisk. Let me take it out. Clean out the whisk. There we go. And I'm going to then transfer the whipped cream onto this bowl, and I'm then going to put it in the fridge so that it'll just chill a bit more, because the milk was cold. So we'll just let it sit in the fridge and let it chill a little bit more while the cake is getting done. We're going to cover it also with a plastic so that it doesn't absorb any odors from the refrigerator. Now I want to say this would be like one of my daughter's favorite cake, and today happens to be her birthday, so I just want to wish her a happy birthday. I wish I was making this cake for you, but you're so far away. But I hope that you get the cake that you want today. Happy birthday, Mama. Okay, so we're going to put this in the sink and fill it up with water once again. A little bit of soap. Let that start soaking in. This is what we're looking for. You see that texture, how beautiful it is. White, fluffy, and tastes perfect. So, really good. Throw that in there. Sorry about that. Sometimes I can't help myself. All right, so we're gonna use plastic wrap. The thing that breaks off the plastic, it broke off a while back, so I need to use the scissors. So things are just not working with me today, huh? Trust me, my day started off, if you only knew how my day started off, so we won't go into that. We had a rough night, a rough morning, early morning, but here we are, thank God. So, put it in the fridge. Let's check on the cake. I am going to give it at least 10 minutes and then I'll check on it. And start putting away everything. So in the meantime, I'll be back. So 1 minute left for the cakes to be done. I already put the skewer in the first time and it came out just a little bit moist, so I just let it sit, in the oven for another 5 minutes. So they should be done by the time that goes off. If the oven's already off, it was just finishing cooking up with the heat that the oven already had. So once it goes off, I'll recheck it and then I'll go ahead and take them out, and we're going to let them sit for about a minute or two, and then we're going to go ahead with the knife and just go around the pan to unstick it from the sides, and hopefully when I flip it over on my rack over there, it's not going to stick to the pan. So let's keep our fingers crossed, right, Link? Let's keep our fingers crossed. So let's see what happens. In the meantime, I've already cleaned up everything else. The bowl is clean, the sink is clear, everything's done. I took out the rack so I can put the cakes when they're ready. I don't really need this because we're not going to be decorating a cake per se. We're just going to kind of like put a cake and then put some cherries on top, which I'm using 1 can of the cherry, the pie filling. I'm using that in between, so that's what we're going to be using. Now I might use half. Oops, give me a minute. So we'll let it sit there for about 2 minutes, like I said, and then we'll come back with a knife and go around it. So yeah, so I don't know if I should use like half the cherries on the cake and then put some whipped cream and then the cake and then cherries and whipped cream. I don't know yet. I'm still like seeing how I'm gonna arrange this cake. Either way, it's gonna come out delicious because you can't go wrong with chocolate cake. Come on, it's chocolate. You can't go wrong. So, and with the filling, usually my favorite is pineapple filling, not with chocolate, but with vanilla. With vanilla cake and pineapple filling, that is the best in my book. So like I said, we'll give it 2 minutes and we'll be back. You wanna?
Oh, right.
So it's been about 2 minutes and we're going to run the knife along the side of the cake. Make sure that it's not sticking to the sides or anything. Good. And then I'm going to bring them over here and flip them onto this rack so that they'll continue to cool off. It's going to be at least about another 15 minutes for it to completely cool off before we can go ahead and start putting it together. So let's hope it comes out. Yep, not a problem. So it came out, smells so good. So I'm gonna get these pans cleaned up and we'll be back. All right. I'm sorry, Dad.
All right, starting now, so whenever you're ready.
All right. All right. All right, so our cakes are done. And here's a can of cherry pie filling that I had, 16-ounce can if I'm not mistaken. And let me get the whipped topping. And we're going to start arranging this cake. Now, like I said, I really don't need this, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this. So let me quickly wash my hands. I was just talking to my daughter while I waited for the cakes to cool off. And it's always good talking to her and to the grandkids. I missed them so much. They moved away to another state, so I missed them. So we're gonna go with, let me see, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna just this way. There we go. And like I said, I hadn't decided if I'm gonna do like half of that. Oh, we got one of those funny fruit flies running around. I haven't decided if we're gonna use like half and half. Let me just see. I'm gonna do half first and see how that goes. Because now we're gonna start arranging it. So we're just gonna put it right there, work it around. And I have to take out, I've got maraschino cherries in the refrigerator also that I wanted to use as a kind of decorate the top. But we'll see, because if I use everything, I'm still kind of like, which one am I gonna do? If I use everything here, then I can just, we'll see. There we go. And see, you just put it on top, work it around as even as you can, so that with every bite that you take from the cake, you'll also get like a bit of cherry. And if you don't like cherry, you could use the strawberries. You could make the cake vanilla and do peaches in between, or like I said, pineapple. Whatever filling you like, you can just go ahead and experiment, see how it's gonna go. So we got that. Now we're gonna take whipped topping, and we're also going to, where's my spatula? We're going to take the whipped topping and put it on top also, work it around. And if you have any ideas of like what you would like for me to try and see if I can make it, you can hit me up on the subscriptions. You can ask me, you know, can you make this, or would you dare to do that, or, and we could try to make it together. Yeah, see how pretty? There. Then we're gonna take our next one. I'm gonna put it on top. And it's all right if you guys see how the cherries are kind of like coming out through the sides. That's perfectly fine, because the cake is gonna start absorbing the juice from the cherries and the moisture also from the Cool Whip, and it's just the cake is gonna start absorbing it some. And so for this part here, what we're gonna do is the rest of the cherries, I'm gonna go ahead and put just a slight. Doesn't have to be like a whole lot, you know. Like you can work it how you want. It's your cake. Be bold, be daring. Try something new. gonna do that. Just put it there. Let's get some of this. There we go. Just in the middle. Then we're gonna take the rest of the whipped cream and just plop it on top and work it around. There we go. And desserts like this, they're easy to make and they're quick. It doesn't take long. And people are gonna think, oh wow, you know, you spend a lot of time in the kitchen. And truth be told, not really. You really didn't spend that much time in the kitchen. And like I said before, you know, baking is meditation. It soothes. At one time I didn't think it did, but now I see that, yeah, it is something soothing. It is something that I actually am enjoying. Yeah, I'm gonna work it like that. Now, to kind of give that a little bit more life though, I took half a teaspoon of cocoa and I mixed it up with about 2 spoons of sugar, it was about 3 spoons of sugar, and I'm just gonna sprinkle on top like that. Not too much because we don't want it to overpower it. There we go. And then I happen to have some maraschino cherries that I used from one of my cakes that I had done before. So let's put one there. From the tres leche cake, that's where I had used. So, hold on folks, let me just throw on a glove so I don't have to touch. This way I don't have to touch the cherries with my plain fingers. It gets sticky and everything, a lot of sugar, so I can just use the gloves to help me decorate the rest of the cake. Put another one here, another one here. See how pretty it looks like. And I'm telling you, people would think, oh, she spent hours in the kitchen, if only they knew. There we go. Okay. I'm going to once again transfer it over to my cake dish. My pretty cake dish. I've had it for years, and it's the one that I use all the time. I think it's so pretty. I forgot when I bought it, but I've had this cake dish for years. My handy dandy cake dish. And where's my spatula? Here we go though. This is the part also that, you know, it's like, uh-oh. And I should have not taken off my gloves, so let me grab another one. I have a box of gloves in the kitchen because I don't like to touch raw meats, and just for certain things I just like to pop on my gloves. So we're gonna transport the cake from the dish, from the Lazy Susie. We're gonna carefully transport it to my cake dish. There we go. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, here we have it. chocolate cherry cake. I could call it a German chocolate cake. Not really, because it would need other stuff. But Black Forest, like a Black Forest cake. It just needs the chocolate shavings. If you want to throw chocolate shavings on it, that's what it'll be. But it's basically a very easy cake to make. The box cake was easy. The fresh whipped cream was easy, and just, you know, the filling. And there we have it. An easy dessert that you can give your family for Valentine's, or just for birthday, or just for dessert, for a nice dessert. So I hope you enjoy it. I know I enjoyed making it with you. Let's see how good this. We should wait until it sets a little more, but what the heck. Savia's dying to taste it. Yeah, I know. Chocolate's moist. The tangy cherries and the whipped topping. This is definitely a very good cake, folks. It's delicious. Try it. It's delicious. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys with the next recipe.